Artwork, critiques, Photoshop files, and reference sheets are all available on my Patreon. Well, hello there guys and girls, I hope you're all doing bloody well. My name's Mikey and welcome along to another episode of Draw With Mikey, episode 112, hurrah! Guys, I hope you've been having a bloody lovely week. Mine's been as busy as ever. For those of you who are a little bit new, what the hell is going on? Hi, this is the super casual midweek series where it's my opportunity to catch up with you guys basically by reading what you've got to say in the comment section below. Just touching bases, spoiler alert, swear word alert, all that sort of stuff. Basically, if you've got anything that you want to say, ask, tell me, feedback, anything like that, get yourself in the comments, and with any luck, I'll be reading it next time around. So hello guys, hello. What's been going on at my end? Shall I give you like a Mikey update before we read your... Oh, wait, yes, so guys, last episode, I asked you for your favourite moments from The Simpsons or Futurama, just because it came up whilst we were rambling. So I might be reading through a few of those random answers, depending on if we've got any responses to that, but really, you can talk to me about anything in here. It's totally cool. It's usually art and anime based, but that's just because of the nature of the channel, but all topics are cool. And yeah, guys, let me talk to you about my brand new tan sketchbook. Most of you know, like I work predominantly, there we go, in digital art these days, because it's the savvy thing to do work-wise, and that's what a lot of people want. But personally, my main pleasure comes from pencil and paper. Like, if I could only choose one, and like this is if I didn't have to, rely on it as a living, obviously, on YouTube. But if I could only choose one, I'd probably do traditional more than digital. Oh, it's tight, but yeah. So basically, what I'm getting at is I got this tan paper sketchbook. I hadn't used the sketchbook for ages. I went for 170 GSM instead of like the 80 GSM thin sheets because I wanted to get away with using my Copic markers as well. And I'd watched a really old Jazza video where he talks about how much fun a tan sketchbook is as well. And I'd never done it all my life. So we got one in. I got some white Posca markers because my white gel pens were just absolute crap, along with some white Prismacolor pencils, which were also very nice. And the Posca markers are courtesy, I'll just name drop here, of another art streamer called Jen the Fit Creator. So she kindly donated them over to me. It was very, very kind of her. And I thought what I could do is, because I've been playing an awful lot of Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice at the moment. Yes, my first ever up-to-date video game. I've been doing it. I wanted to draw my Elf OC characters, Danny Elfman and Victoria Onatop, in a kind of shinobi stroke samurai Sekiro kind of vibe. So that's what's going to be going on in the background of today's episode for a rambling hour. As for you guys, maybe you're getting your own artwork or whatever done as well. And of course, I always want that sound effect to be more of like a ting-ting, but obviously it's a ceramic mug. This is my way of saying, hope you've got yourself a bloody lovely cup of tea and or coffee in the background. Whatever you choose to drink, I strongly recommend something warm. Oh, that's delicious. It tastes so good. So guys, yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. It turns out I'd missed working in the real sketchbook a lot more than I thought. I'm doing a lot of writing in my normal sketchbook at the moment in relation to a vague manga project in the back of my mind, more than I'm actually drawing pictures in there at the moment, because I keep coming up with more narrative-based ideas. So to sit down and actually just kind of dive in and just scratch away with pencils and pens, oh man, it felt so good. It really did feel so good. Sounds like I've just gone through like this cathartic moment of self-discovery, but it's not a million miles away from the truth if you're someone who's like super into art and stuff. Okay guys, so also I've got a little question for you this week around, just so that we've got a very loose theme. Obviously you can talk to me about anything in the comments section. The whole point of this series is that we have a conversation and a catch-up, guys. But my random question is, guys, have you ever got a video, because oh fuck me sideways, Sekiro is difficult. It is not an easy game. It's definitely that kind of... somebody said it's basically Tenchu Stealth Assassins, PlayStation 1 is the best one, meets Dark Souls. And I'd probably have to agree. It's definitely got that vibe of both of them going on. So I find it very, very difficult, and I've been playing it a lot. So I just want to know, guys, has there been a video game in your life? It's not necessarily an amazing video game. It might not be the first ever game that opened your mind to it, because we've kind of talked about that already. But has there ever been a video game that's just really kind of given you a smack in the face, and yet for some reason you still come back for more pain? Because I keep dying in Sekiro a lot, and I keep wanting to play it, because every time I'm just like, oh, maybe this time I'll manage to get it. Maybe this time. So I did my first... Did I mention this before? I did my first ever... More than 24-hour live stream. I'm officially a streamer now on Twitch. I just wanted to start playing Sekiro for an afternoon to chill out. Turns out I ended up playing it for 27 straight hours. I think I went a bit funny in the brain at the end. Then I couldn't get that to export to YouTube, so I was like, right, instead of faffing about the video files and trying to cut them down and re-render them into 12-hour chunks, because YouTube's very limited these days, I just kind of went, fuck it, I'll start from scratch. So then I just did another straight 15, 16 hours, and then just made sure I split up the stream into 10-hour chunks. So you've probably seen uploaded on my other channel or posted onto this one 10 straight hours of Sekiro. I'm still playing it. I actually gave myself a really fat headache for the first time in a very, very long time, but I've actually felt really rough. And I just realised it's probably because I wasn't sleeping very well because of that. So I'm having a little micro break and, of course, getting back to the artwork. I'm so sorry, guys. I've just realised that ramble was super long. Okay, I'm done. I've caught up about myself. Let's focus on you lovely people. In the comments, we've got Fusroda. Oh, Fusroda. So that's obviously related to Skyrim. Fusrodar Daily says, I have never considered myself a furry, but this is seriously making me reconsider my life choices. That's got a lot of likes. Ah, yeah, guys. So, obviously we're doing a sketchbook thing this time. What I was probably going to show you in the background for DWM was going to be a load of pose and gesture to kind of building up forms for all of the kind of practice that I did before Spider-Gwen. I was looking at loads of different spidery poses basically for characters, so I'll pop that up next week around. But what you saw in the background of last week's episode was my first ever experimentation into the world of furry, yay or nay. So we're probably going to be having a little bit of conversation in the comment section, probably a bit of feedback on that. This is a judgment-free zone, of course. I do like to poke fun at people, but I'm only doing it with love in my heart. There's a strong difference between being a dick and doing it just because you're teasing. I hope there is. Otherwise, I might be a bit of a dick when I don't think I am. I really hope not. So, yeah, much love to all the furries. I don't care what you're into. It's totally cool. But for me, it was the first ever time. So I was just like, does this mean I go to hell? Does this mean I go straight to Satan? I'm not sure what happens. So, yeah. We had a go at Score Bunny. Epic SC says, wow, I already respected you a lot for your views on how to treat people and such, but you taking negative feedback in such a good way makes me respect you even more. Oh, that's really kind of you to say. Yeah, we had some feedback last week I had to address. Oh, that's really kind of you to say, man. I do appreciate that. Cheers. And Crapworks1980 says, Mikey, I'm not going to go on tangents anymore. Also, Mikey. Oh my God, guys. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're going to focus. Because sometimes, actually, it works out fairly even if I haven't done a very interesting episode. But most of the time, we've usually got slightly more comments than I can fit into an hour. So I do try to focus on you guys and speed through. But yeah, sometimes a story pops out when I don't want it to. Checkpoint 011 says, Hey Mikey, hello Checkpoint. Have you ever considered drawing a manga stroke comic for applications like Webtoon? I read a few on there and it's great for solo artists. Ooh. No, I have not. I'm going to copy your comment and pop it in my notepad file. Thank you very much. I did get approached by an app. Did I mention this last time? I got approached by an app to do a lot of their front-end graphics on a relaunch for a new kind of option. And it sounded really juicy and really incredible. But their deadlines were like, now. They approached me 3 weeks ago and their deadlines would have been around about today. So I was just like, look, I've got a lot on. There's no way I can do this. So, it sounds stupid, but like sometimes you've got to turn down really interesting opportunities if they're actually going to block the other things that you really want to get done. I know you need to remain flexible in life and grab the bull by the horns and all that, but I didn't want to spend the entirety of this month being like really stressed out trying to produce high quality stuff to really tight deadlines. I'd rather just be happy and make sure that I'm caught up with all the other stuff that we've talked about repeatedly. But dude, I will take a look at that maybe sometime. Thanks for putting it on my radar. Haroshi aka The Exorcist says, you ask yay or nay. That is what I live for. More than yay. Yay! Okay, Haroshi, looks like you're a fan of a furry. Thank you very much for the feedback, good sir. Oh, a load of people liked your comment as well. I wonder if this is one of those really divisive ones that splits the room right down the middle. Johnny D says, my favourite Simpsons moment is everything to do with Ralph Wiggum. I'm learning. Yeah. Oh my God, Ralph's. So what happens is a lot is people on Twitter and stuff might tag me in posts just sort of saying, oh, you've really helped me get into art, or I did this with the help of a mikeymegamega tutorial. Oh, I bloody love you guys when you did that. Thank you so much for that kind of, free web promotion or just saying hi, that's awesome. So what I often reply to stuff like that is literally just like, yay, I'm helping. And that is 110% completely from Ralph Wiggum as well. So dude, yeah, I love Ralph. You said, I've read the book of Ready Player One and I loved the film. The book was a bit slow in places and the movie would have had a totally different feel if I'd followed the book if it had followed the book for a letter. Yeah, indeed. There was one bit that I didn't like in the film, and that was very specifically, spoiler alert guys, when they did the whole "are you really unplugged from the Matrix" thing, where he was still inside the, I forget the name of it, the Oasis, and they'd remodeled his office so that he thought he'd left the Oasis even though he was in it. That just doesn't quite work with the nature of how that technology works. You're not put under like you are in the Matrix, you are just wearing some kit. So I didn't find that part particularly believable. It was a nice move visually and narratively for a film, so I do get why they put it in, but it just didn't quite do it for me because the books kind of explain it in a slightly different manner. That being said, this is how you make a novel and get me hooked. Every single chapter in Ready Player One is like barely more than 5 pages long. They're all really short. And every single chapter ends on a massive cliffhanger. So I'm always just like, oh my God, I must read the next page. It's so good. So yeah, it did hook me in. But yeah, basically, guys, for anybody wanting context, we talked a little bit last week about I'm one of those people who, if I've read the book before I've watched the film to anything, I'm a little bit of those book guys where they're just like, well, in the book, actually, it's a bit more like this. So, I try not to stop other people enjoying the movie because I'm not a hater. But at some point in the conversation, I'm going to be like, well, in the book, actually, this happened, did you know? Sips his tea. Literally, IRL sips my tea. Johnny D says, oh no wait, we've just done a new. Eric Klepp says, hello Eric, currently drawing and slowly mastering Conan the Barbarian, inspired by a fellow Austrian Mahmoud Azrar. Oh dude, I'm just going to Control-C, Control-Paste that name, because there is some amazing old school Conan the Barbarian comics art that I've been seeing. Oh no, this guy's a bit more of a modern day artist. I think what I was thinking, oh whoa, his artwork looks great by the way. The person I'm thinking of is, I'll just see if I can find it. It's like got a real 70s, 80s vibe, and somebody like 5 or 6 DWM episodes ago mentioned it to me, and Conan artwork. And the work was amazing, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's whilst I was asking you guys again for more inspirational things. Oh, there's incredible Conan art out there. Wait, here we go. Frank Frazetta. Yeah, it's got to be Frank Frazetta. Let me just type in his name. What I'm doing is, by the way, basically, dude, if you're after more Conan, who you just mentioned is great. But I'm more Mahmoud Azrar, but I'm just having a look at Frank Frazetta Conan. Yeah, this is the dude. Frank Frazetta. That's my suggestion back to you, good sir. But if you're a Conan fanboy, you're probably already well aware of this dude, Eric. David Ocampo says, oh my god, haha, pinches furo salve. I like a lot. Hey, gracias and saludos desde England, dude. Nice. And Iman Rashid says, Mikey, you lovely bloke. Oh my goodness, hello there, thank you. How are you these days? Oh, not too bad, mate. Busy. Doesn't help that I took a little bit of a mental break from artwork by playing a modern video game, and it turns out that game's incredibly addictive. So now I'm busier, but you know how it is. You've got to just keep shaking yourself down in life. Thank you for sharing the Michael Hampton book, The Anatomy and Proportion, because it helped me improve in my drawing skills. Iman, you're bloody welcome. I like that book. I'm glad if anybody else gets any use out of it. And Roll Casket says, you should absolutely do some furry-focused drawing tutorials sometimes. I bet a lot of your viewers would benefit from it, not to imply that there's not so much to learn from your videos already. From a certain perspective, it would be a little unnecessary since all those core rules are still there. Yeah, I did notice when I was kind of going through that I basically just drew the same humanoid body that I tend to draw for a lot of my kind of more voluptuous characters. And then I spent extra time in the beginning trying to work out what was just going on with the face. That was really struggling me. But it would be interesting to see you tackle digitigrade legs, if nothing else. Digitigrade? Oh, is that to do with like... Is that to do with where like the foot actually... what would be a human foot at the ankles, a bit more of a longer limb joint like it is with wolves and stuff? I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I guess we could kind of roll into that Roll Casket in the future. Actually, I'm going to completely Control-save that. Nice one. Yeah, you know what? I've got some stuff lined up with the paper and pencil drawing tutorials about legs, you know, kneeling, sitting down and all that sort of stuff. Because we need to update the old legs tutorials. So yeah, there's probably something in there that we need to focus on. Adding in some more furry themed legs, non-humanoid stuff. Yeah, there's so many things that I've got to do involving materials and textures, how do clothes work, how do we get expressions on faces. There's so much you guys have suggested, and all of it's still very human focused. I haven't even touched on backgrounds yet, so maybe the semi-human as well, although it feels like a dangerous slope down towards Spider Girls, which is like an absolute niche for me. The Wise Koala says, I mean, one day maybe, but just right now I can't deal with spiders. The Wise Koala, maybe I just need some therapy. The Wise Koala says, hey Mikey, would you recommend the pen display Pablo Coast 10? Oh dude, I've used some Pablo products, but I've not actually had a go at the Coast 10 myself. I've not heard anything against it, but I've just not actually had my hands on one, so I don't really have an opinion for you. I'm so sorry, dude. I think what's going on for me in future tutorials, I've got, not tutorials, reviews. The Vike 1560 pen display tablet hit the scene late summer, and it took everything by storm because it was very, very cheap. However, when I first reviewed it, it was version 1 driver software, and it was borderline unusable. You couldn't use it as an extended desktop, only as a mirrored desktop, which is no good for how I like to work. So I fed this back to them, and eventually they were just like, well, we've upgraded the software, so would you like to have another look? Because basically I did basically say it came across as a lovely tablet, but it was also borderline unusable for how I like to do things. So I was, because they kind of said, look, we really do want to improve this product, but you have sort of said it's not great, and we do want to improve the bits that you've mentioned. So would you be willing to take down this review video and have another look again, because we've upgraded the software? And I'm not a hater and I don't want to damage a company, so I was just like, yeah, okay, if you've actually made the improvements, I'll do another review and we'll have another look. So I'm going to make that pretty soon. Obviously, if it's still just as useless, now I'm going to put up another video that just says it's just as useless, but I'm suspecting that's probably going to be relatively good things for what is quite a cheap, affordable tablet. What else is going on? XP Pen have got a new 15.6 incher that's kind of hitting that middle market at the moment, so maybe I'll get my hands on that. It's got a nice, I'll tell you what really attracted me, it's got a red scroll wheel ring, just like the Deco 03, for those of you who like tablets. So we'll see if I can get my hand on one of those bad boys as well. The Nerdist says, furry goodness love, welcome my friend. The Nerdist, excellent, another fan, thank you so much. And Finale Wolf says, dear Mikey, read more. I hope that whilst you put the rest of your paragraph all the way down in your comment. I hope that whilst you're reading this, that you're doing well and having a good day. Oh, not too bad, sir, not too bad. I've actually overslept because I had a fat headache from video games. So I'm going to have a little busy afternoon and catch up. I only have 2 questions for you. What's up with the 24-hour stream? Oh, you want me to talk about it, do you? And what are your tips for good line art? My line art looks awfully bland, which makes me paint all over the lines itself. Also, the anime that I'm currently watching is JoJo's Part 5, Mob Psycho 100 Season 2, and Tate no Yusha. What are your thoughts on the latest One Punch Man Season 2 trailer? Oh, Finale Wolf, so many things. I'm going to try to answer your questions as quickly as possible, of course. Well, so yeah, just to recap, as I pretty much answered this already. Basically, there's a streamer called Lena Lazar who does. Did I say this last episode? I feel like I'm repeating myself. Who does 3D modeling and works for iHasToys. And first thing in the morning on a Saturday, I was like, oh, I've got an awful lot of work to do, and I've been kind of working. I've been burning a candle at both ends. I mean, that's actually how I like to live my life, because I'm happiest when I'm busy. It's better for me mentally. But I was burning the candle a little bit harder than usual, and I saw first thing in the morning when I was having my coffee, she was playing Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go to the shops, and if anybody's still got a copy, I'm going to buy a brand new day one release video game. I'm going to do it for once instead of just a catch-up gaming. So I did my food shop, found a copy, bought it, went home, and then started streaming some video games, and I intended to be there for, no more than 4 hours. Let's just chill out for the afternoon. I'm not going to worry about life's troubles. I'm just going to play some games, because I was really up for just getting lost into a brand new world that nobody knew anything about. There's no spoilers out there, or there wasn't last week, and we can dive in. And I got so into it that, yeah, I just played it solid for 27 hours. I took breaks to go to the toilet and make fresh cups of tea, and that was basically it. So my mind was totally doolally by the end, because I was like, holy shit, I am in this. But yeah, it's really good. So again, guys, do you guys have a game, new and or old, that it really forced you to keep coming back and grinding again and again, even if it was against your will by the end of it, but you knew you had to do it? I think another example for me that did that, it was I wasn't like the world's best player, but I became very, very good at GoldenEye on the N64 back in the day. So when it came to doing all of the 007 challenges, like you've got to do stuff in incredible time limits, especially and you've got to do it in 007 mode, so you can't get seen and stuff. So I think I did Facility is it Facility 2 where you've got to escape from prison in the facility and you have to keep like getting the guards' attention and then letting them run back down to the prison so that they turn around so that you can shoot them through the door? Anyway, stuff like that. You learned the level, you learned the habitual movements of every character and you mastered it. So basically, if you guys got anything similar that you can kind of relate to on that was a question. So JoJo's Part 5, don't know anything about it. I'm still really far behind. We've talked about that. I will get there. Mob Psycho 100. Last week, everybody was telling me to Mikey, change your ways and give Mob Psycho 100 a go. And I've not seen the Season 2 trailer for One Punch Man, but I have seen a number of YouTube videos about the change in animation quality because it's a different studio. I think somebody said last week that Madhouse were not working on it because of scheduling conflicts. So other people also say the other studio probably said to the license holders that they could do it for cheaper. And seeing as the first season is already so popular, they don't have to work so hard on Season 2, because even if it's made... and I'm not saying crap as in crap, I mean comparatively. Even if it's a bit shitter, people are still going to watch it regardless because everybody loves Season 1 and still want to know what happens in the story. And a manga story is so fucking awesome anyway that sure, people are going to get engaged. So what are my thoughts? I'm loosely disappointed that it's not Madhouse, which means yes, a shift in the animation style. I'm probably still going to watch it when it happens, and I'm just going to hope for the best. It just happens to catch me on a time when I've got so much else going on, like I've got other things to worry about, so I'm not too bothered, despite being a massive, massive fan of One Punch Man. Like, you have to pick your battles in life. So this is already happening. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's just hope it's the best it can be, and let's just hope that the narrative and the story carries what is probably going to be okay animation. It's just not okay compared to Season 1, which was unusually fantastic and brilliant. It's the nature of the beast, isn't it, good sir? Anyway, Monkey Fan 250 says, I'm not a furry, but... you, Jobby the Fong, Plague of Gripes, and Cold Draws, etc. fall under a category of people who can draw furry characters near to the point of making it as lewd as possible, but still make them look decent enough compared to most furry art that I've seen. Like, it's not over the top fetish fuel, and it's pretty decent art. Oh, thank you very much. I think that's a compliment. That's a very impressive skill. Ah, cheers, man. I'll take it. And Contemplate Tech says, greetings, Mikey. Hello, Contemplate. Do you have any skill in digital painting landscapes or favourite artists who do great landscape art? Oh, so we mentioned again, I'm not a bit of a landscaper at the moment. I know I need to become one or gain such skills, absolutely, to widen my range. An artist who I respect and who... So there is a artist who used to go under the name of Madeline Inc., and she's now just Maddie. And she is very good at digital art characters as well, the fan arts and just beautiful ladies and stuff. Really, really top stuff. And what really impressed me about her is that she actually stopped doing that to do a lot more landscape studies. She now doesn't just work digitally, she works in gouache and stuff. So I kind of want to take a leaf out of her own book and make myself uncomfortable again. Oh, I'm just having a little burp. Should I mention this is a casual series where I don't edit stuff like that out, where basically I need to start looking at this, and she's really put me on this kind of gouache vibe. I need to have a go eventually. Another landscape artist, or someone who includes a lot of landscapes that I like, is Andrew Wyeth, an actual artist, air quotes, like other people aren't. So I do like the kind of Wyeth art, and the way that he composes like his pieces is really beautiful. Other landscape artists that really do it for me. No and yes. There are 100,000 concept artists who do amazing landscapes and incredible works that blows my mind. But in terms of traditional landscape art, I'm a bit of a wire for nothing. Every other artist that I love who does incredible work knows how to do landscapes, like, oh God, what was the one which was the mill by the burning river? Oh, is it Turner? So Turner, I want to say Turner. Oh my God, it's been a very long time since I've done art history, guys. So Turner obviously does some beautiful landscapes and stuff like that, but I'm a bit slightly more modernist with the Wyeth boat of things, because he just really knows when and where to lay a stroke in my book. But what about you guys? What's going on with the landscape? Because I follow so many people on Instagram and Twitter who do really sexy artwork, and I'm always just like, ooh, that's nice, I want to learn how to do that. But not so many that do lovely landscapes and stuff. Really crazy illustrations, conceptual stuff, which involves backgrounds, but very few who focus on background solely. Adrian Lebumfakil says, I'm totes for first. Well, welcome on in, good sir. Thanks for dropping in so early into the last episode. And, is that a joke? And Broscarf says, no, the furries, you went there. Oh, to hell you go, I suppose. I don't like furries, but your quality doesn't waver, so on that part, great job. Thank you very much, Broscoff. So you're not down for the furs. Wait, I'll log it, don't worry, that's fine. And Pyro Knight says, hey, howdy, Mikey. Greetings from California. Oh, man, I'm really jealous. California, awesome. My favourite joke from The Simpsons is hands down the Aurora Borealis scene. Oh, shit, I don't know off the top of my head which one that is. Am I missing out? And Stephen Rain says, hey, I just found you and I love your work. Hello, Stephen. If you're going to start experimenting with furry art, could you maybe do a tutorial on So, this is another person using this term that's a little bit new to me. Digiti grade legs. D-I-G-I-T-I grade legs. Guys, my early onset Alzheimer's kicking in. I swear to God, I'm struggling with words and typing them. Wait, maybe I've just got... I just wonder if I've just never been diagnosed with some sort of Asperger's or some sort of... Asperger's is related to some other habits that I've got. But what I'm talking about right now is... Wait, what's the one where you get confused with your letters and numbers and, like, you can't read them really well? Oh, God damn it. I can't quite get it in my head. Anyway, that one. So, digitigrade... Anyway, yeah. I know what you're saying, Stephen. Yeah, we'll look at it. John Ray says, furries are amazing. Get into more of it. Renémon, Crystal Fox, Lola Bunny, some of the icons of furrydom. Oh, really? I won't look them up right now in case the FBI come in, but I will copy that, John Ray. I'm just going to sip my tea whilst I do a Control-C. If it sounds like I'm really loving that tea, guys, more than usual, I've actually gone a full day without milk. Actually, that might be why I've had a headache. I ran out of... It's because I was playing Sekiro into the middle of the night, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to make another cup of tea, even if it uses up the last of the milk and I don't have any for breakfast. But because I played all night, I then slept all the following day, so I never had a chance to go to the corner shop. And then I woke up with that fat headache, and then I just had like a bitter, milkless cup of tea, like a Czech person might, and it didn't quite solve it for me. So now that I've got some milk, I'm just like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, thank you very much for the suggestions. I'll look them up. Nivi Apandeko says, hey, Mikey. Hello, Nivi. I really love your art. Oh, thank you. And as for my favourite is Gintama, I would really be grateful if you draw someone from it. Also, this is my first time commenting. Oh, so I'm excited, and maybe Senpai will notice me. Consider yourself noticed. You read one of my comments on the live stream, so maybe all that Senpai noticing I deserve. Sorry if my English is bad. Hey, no worries. Yeah, if you hang on a live stream, I'm more than likely to see you there. But this is kind of the closest our YouTube equivalent can get, which is why this series is so important to me, to just kind of, touch bases. Imani16 says, Mikey, you ever finish that wedding albedo art? Oh, Imani, yeah. Oh, holy shit, guys. So for any of you who are newer, hello and welcome. We did Draw With Mikey episode 100 as a YouTube live stream. It was really fun and really successful. I had an absolute blast. There were 1,100 of you at one point, all in the chat. It was quite busy, and all of you were talking to me. It's quite a lot to keep my head on top of. But I had an absolute blast, and we started drawing some albedo, which I never finished. So, dude, I've got to find that file and maybe crack that one back out, or just start from scratch. But yeah, I had a lot of albedo requests. Let me just type that down. I never wrapped that up. It's because right now I've got to do some Captain Marvelous, because of that film, and then I've got to start doing some... I want to get in a cheeky sword maiden if we can, because of something goblins. And then there is... Oh, Game of Thrones final season. So we need to start doing some fan arts of Arya and Sansa and all the sexies. Wait, and if we draw Arya the young version, we're drawing her as an over 18 version, right? Oh, yeah, by the way, we did the Spider-Gwen. I uploaded the Spider-Gwen time-lapse, and somebody in the comments, more than one person, pointed out that she's, I think, 17 in the films. So obviously that image is fine. She's quite thick, but, nothing naughty is happening. But for any alternative Spider-Gwen fan arts, I'm setting my work a year in the future, where she's 18. So that's my get out of jail free card, hopefully. Boosted Toaster says, Homer, wait, is writing something follow the tortoise? Dolt impatiently waits for the turtle to move faster. Kicks it in the direction it's walking. Oh, yeah, okay, so I've not done a very good read-through of that, but that is the episode where Homer eats the Mexican insanity peppers or whatever at the chili eating contest, and he goes on a spirit journey. I'm pretty sure that's right. That's a fucking great episode. I love it later on in that episode where he's sober again, and he's just like, hey, that pyramid was just like, a Taco Bell or something, and that talking fox was just a talking dog. And then the dog's like, hey, Homer. And then he's just like, wait a minute, dogs don't talk. And he looks at the dog again and the dog just goes, woof. And he's just like, that's right. So good. Oh, God. Season 3 to Season 8 Simpsons. For those of you who are younger, and you've probably been watching The Simpsons maybe from Season 10 to Season 20 onwards, God knows. Trust me, the old stuff is the best stuff. Ash Ketchum says, draws fur. Jazz music stops. Wait. What? Wait, what? Oh, is that a reference to something? I've got no idea, dude. And M7 says, your drawing and designs are very amazing. Thank you. I saw it very comfortably. I don't know what you're telling me there, but I'm glad you found it to be a comfortable experience. I'll take that. Supreme Emperor Mitten says, that kind of bunny can get you in trouble. Loud knocks on the door. FBI, open the door. Don't worry, that was a safe bunny. We're not going to hell, I'm sure. And reminds me of Dives type of art, says Nixie Shui Chick. Dives with 2 eyes. Wait a minute, am I going to get in trouble? Control C goes to Google. Oh no, let's leave that Franzetta open. I'm just going to open a new... Let's see. I'm a bit worried now. I'm definitely going to start looking up furry images. Oh no, it's okay. I thought for a minute it was going to be like really adult stuff, but it's just... Oh, no. Okay, it's really adult stuff. Okay. So, I think my Google safe search has filtered... So the top row of my search results are these really characterized and cartoony furry arts. And then like 1 out of 10 is furry vaginas. I'm just gonna close that and come back. Thank you very much for the heads up. Pluto Art says, oh, I'm blushing now. Pluto Art says, you've already made me gay. Don't make me a furry too. Pluto, I'm changing your sexuality through the power of artwork. That's not my fault. You're just opening up to your true feelings inside. It's all fine here. We're not here to judge. And Yong Kang says, lol, that old guy, Brick. I think you meant Brock. Edit, yes, I knew exactly what you're talking about, where that guy keeps getting hit in the face with a football. Yeah. Oh, guys, so I got confused. So Jim Sterling is a movie and video games reviewer on YouTube, and I was confused with Scott Sterling, who is the guy that keeps taking a football on the face. I don't know much about Jim Sterling. I'll try to watch some of his videos and have an opinion. I'm not sure if he's the guy who's just a bit of a contrarian just for the sake of views. That might be an unfair opinion, and I might be confusing him with somebody else. But Scott Sterling's fucking amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, because we were talking about the Pokemon. Ash Ketchup, Misty Rains, and the old guy who hangs around with kids. It's absolutely fine. Mike Wolf says, I bet he's an artist of hentai, and also I bet he has 1,000 nudes of art. Mike Wolf, I'm afraid that I'm just not that productive. I mean, sure, I do some risky stuff on Patreon, but 1,000 pieces of artwork? Dude, I spend all my life editing video footage. I don't even consider myself an artist anymore. I said that twice, because I'm more of a content creator, and not in a kind of, hey, no, I'm more than an artist, I create content. I literally mean in that in the hours of my day, I only get so many doing art, and I spend a lot more hours cutting video footage up in Magix Vegas and stuff like that. So yeah, I produce content. It's art content, but it's mostly video editing. I need an assistant so badly. I'd love to have my life back. What are you going to do, though? I don't play well with others. Aereo Fliet says, I'm an ex-furry. Oh my god, did you go to like a one of those secret meetings where you're just like, hi, my name's Aereo Fliet and I've been clean from furrydom for 6 months. Ooh, well done, Aereo Fliet. But I still appreciate the furry art, so when you drew the furry, my depression went down 100%. Oh, I'm really pleased to hear that. Yeah, guys, if life's got troubles for you, talk to somebody, absolutely. But if all you want is a little quick break from thinking about life's problems, come hang out here and listen to some bullshit videos that I make. Lone Wolf 245 says me, hey, I haven't watched Mikey in a while. Let's see what kind of lewd, safe for work anime waifus he's drawing. Mikey draws furry art. Me, so we're drawing furries now, eh? Did I miss something? Oh no, Lone Wolf, we're just kind of experimenting. The 2 pictures remind me of someone in real life, and when you see them online, but in all seriousness though, never understood the stigma against furry art. I kind of like it, and this is pretty good, so I'm going to have to vote yay. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you very much, good sir. Yeah, I like to poke fun at furries, but I can't anymore because now, I've technically encouraged the world of furrydom, so I've just got to shut my app and maybe draw some more in the future. Not all the time, but from time to time, why not? Isaiah says, that channel makes more than Mega. I swear that I'll go to YouTube headquarters and protest. Fly there from Australia. Oh, don't worry, dudes. Oh, yeah, so I was talking last week, I was just giving you guys a little bit of an insight. I wasn't really complaining, because I did say, how to put it? Sorry, I'm just burping a lot. So I kind of said that basically Mikey Mega Mega doesn't make any money. And I'm always bitching about YouTube because it's very much a love-hate relationship. But I know what would be smarter. If I made videos a bit more like, say, Jazza does, made challenge videos and collaboration videos, then sure, I'd expect better results from YouTube, and if I didn't get them, I might start complaining. But because I know what the algorithm is, and I kind of have an idea of what it likes, I choose not to do that. So equally, I'm not complaining and I'm not moaning about it, because I know what I should be doing. I'm just accepting that it's bad and doing my own thing anyway. So I'm not really too bothered anymore. Just kind of make my own thing. Thanks to everything, I make enough to put food in my mouth and eat food. So beyond that, everything else is a bonus, and I'm just grateful for it, basically. Ania Muka says, broke artist living with the parents might need a tablet. Oh, good luck. I hope you've subscribed to both of those channels for the giveaway. Oh, I never said. Wait, what date is it today? It's be out on the 28th. Oh, guys, yeah, you've literally got like 1 or 2 more days. Make sure you subscribe to Mega Mega 2, my gaming channel, and Film Cram, the film channel that I was talking about last week as well, because I'm going to be picking a winner at random from both of those lists to receive the XP Pen Artist 12 graphics drawing tablet. I totally forgot to plug that at the beginning of the episode, but I've told you guys enough about it all month. You don't need that drummed into your ears anymore. Forny Grapple says, pourquoi est-ce que j'ai une érection? Oh, mate, Forny Grapple, je ne dois pas need to hear that, basically, but thank you so much. Hello, Mikey, I really love your furry score bunny. You should draw more furry stuff in the future. Well, dude, not if you're going to give me feedback on your bonus, but thank you any less. Oh, that's completely from me. And it was in French as well, so I was really into reading it. Lesbian Girl says, Mikey, I'm not going to go on a tangent. Mikey goes on a tangent. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep the stories to a minimum this time so I can focus on you lovely people in the comment section. And Caitlin Vallon says, you should do a speed paint of Kiana Kazlana from Hokkai Impact the Third. I have no idea what that is, so I'm going to Control-C. Hokkai Impact the Third. Kiana Kazlana. I'm going to have a really quick gander in another tab. Hopefully this isn't going to be another dive situation. Google. And images. Oh, cool. The Silverhead. Oh, there's a lot of fan art of her. Oh, she's a cutie. I'm going to leave that tab open. We might come back to that. Nice one. And, he says, going back, Iman Rashid says, the most unholiest thing that I've ever seen. Oh, I'll put you down as a nay in that case. Tag says, I'd actually rather have a longer DWM because it feels so short, even though it's about an hour long. Yeah, I know, guys. An hour kind of works for me. Oh, my download's finished. An hour kind of works for me because it's just me sitting here rabbiting into the microphone directly. So that's a good amount of time before I kind of run out of steam or need a break. But I do kind of agree we could possibly consider moving it to an hour and a half in the future. We're still not quite there yet. Because I think if I did that, some weeks I'd read all of your comments. Some weeks I'd probably have some dead air at the end where I haven't got anything. Because there's not a huge amount. Like, there's a lot more of you commenting that I can fit in an hour now, but maybe not so much that I couldn't get all of them in an hour and a half. But equally, like, an hour's video just feels like such a good sized video to do compared to making it even longer. Also, it'd take like so long to render and actually get uploaded as well. But we'll see. Again, I've mentioned this before. The format will probably have to change in the future. Exactly how that's going to happen, I honestly don't know, but we'll see. And Yo, what's up, says, my favourite Simpsons moment is when they talk about the scientists inventing magic. It makes me laugh every time. I love your content, Mikey. Keep it up, bro. Hashtag Call Crew. Thank you so much. Where do scientists invent magic? I will put that in the notepad file as well. Not so that I can look it up later. I'll literally just put that into YouTube after this episode and see if I can have a chuckle. Elizabeth Nava says, oh my god, your drawing skills are so good. I love the video, by the way. Oh, Elizabeth, thank you so much. That's kind. And Chody Vision says, you've done it now, Mikey. Keep the great artwork coming. I say yay. Was a lot of my audience secretly harbouring that furry vibe for so long. Oh, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Space Duck says, hey, Mikey. Hello, Space Duck. The Pokemon trainer for Sword and Shield is Scottish from what I've heard. That'll be why everybody was talking about that Scottish Pokemon stuff earlier. Also, you should do the other starters from the game like this. You're pretty good at furries for it being your first go. Oh, dude, I struggled on the face though for so long. And you've got an emote that looks like keep going or thumbs up, so thank you very much. And you say, I'm in my 4th year of university for animation, and I appreciate I appreciate it, but it's so fucking stressful, I bet. I've learned more about anatomy from you than my other professors in figure drawing class. Holy shit, I'm glad I could help, but that's not a good sign. You're pretty inspirational too, to be honest. Oh, you're too kind. I'm just some bloke, but thank you. I was accepted into SCAD, which is like 50k a year, fuck. But I ended up going to my local college, and I'm going to be a part of the first class to graduate from animation there. Oh, you're like the test generation for your local place. Dude, kudos to you. I hope that goes really well for you, sir. I will say that I'm studying abroad this summer. I'm going to South Korea. Holy shit, I'm jealous. And I'm going to study Korean cinematography. Holy shit. Oh, dude, there's one of my favourite martial arts films. It's a Korean film called... Fuck, I can't remember. Bear with, I'm going on another tab. Now, I loved the Korean films of Kim Ki-duk. Spring, Summer, Autumn, Winter and Spring. The Revenge trilogy. Like, look that shit up. You probably know all about it already. Korean martial arts film. It's about this... There's like these 4 old school friends, and they used to kind of be in a bit of a gang since school, but one of them becomes a police detective who's really fucking good at taekwondo, and basically he has to fight his way through this entire movie. It's so good. But what was it called? Korean martial arts film. I want to say something Blood Vengeance. Bear with. Oh, there's loads of really good Korean martial arts films up these days. The City of Violence. Okay, guys, this is my recommendation. If you like martial arts, and maybe you've been watching a lot of Chinese martial arts instead of Korean ones, it's a 2006 Ryo Sang-won film, The City of Violence. I think it's done by like Jung Do-lee. I think I might be making up these names because I don't have an amazing memory. But oh yeah, no, it's so good. Guys, if any of you want to recommend a martial arts movie to me, I used to be an Club Thai boxer when I was 18. I was a bit of a different man then. I was a bit younger and angrier because I had some shit going on at home. But like I'm much more of a lover than a fighter now. But I tell you what, I've never stopped being enthusiastic for martial arts films. They always have a soft spot in my well, a good one does, that is. Anyway. Thank you very much, you lovely individual. I hope you have a bloody lovely time of it. And I'm nervous because you've got a health condition. Going on a 19-hour plane ride is risky. Dude, good luck. Just stay alive, yeah? We need you popping back to the DWMs. Don't go hurting yourself, chat. The Agent Grey says lots of people were getting educated and couldn't find a job. They made it harder to get in and remove people's choices. Same person, not 3 minutes apart. Oh, you're talking about me from the last episode. Right after telling people they don't need to go to school, which is one point. Hey, I didn't say it like that. I never said people didn't need to go to school. We're talking about further higher education. And whether or not it's kind of worth it, because not all, but most of the people I know that studied something at university don't do a job that's got anything to do with their university studies and things of that nature. However, the life experience you get is very, very important, but you can get it from other methods like traveling, and when you do that, you don't end up with like a massive amount of debt and stuff like that. But I'm not saying there's any one right answer. That's 100%. My outlook and opinions work for the kind of person I am and the kind of life that I lead, but that's, the world, thankfully, being human beings means that there's no one right answer for all of us. We're just not built like that. There's never one way to do things. There's never one culture that's nailed it right, because we're far too varied as animals. Beyond the basics of, eat, sleep, sex, that's about it, super basics. We're all kind of like quite varied individuals, right? Let me just sip this. There's some more basics there. That's just where my head's currently at. Eat, sleep and sex. But equally, so basically take what I say with a pinch of salt, basically. It's just one man's outlook. Just another artist said, I have a couple of ideas for you if you consider them. Well, go ahead, I'll listen. Why don't you make Mega merch based on what you drew from a few DWMs, and ever think about collaborating with some other anime artists on YouTube? So I try not to collaborate because I greatly respect other artists on here. I think they're fucking incredible. But I don't play well with other people. I work to my own deadlines and I make what I want to make. When you start collaborating with other people, you're basically engaging on a project where you have to rely on someone else as well, and it goes against the grain of how I like to do things. I've done enough of that shit when I've done office jobs and led teams and had to like invigorate groups on projects that even I didn't fucking care about in the first place. Not to say that I wouldn't be honoured by the opportunity to work with some other artists on here. That's absolutely true. I really look up to most of them. So yeah, probably I'm not gonna like hunt for it basically anytime soon. There's like artist groups on Twitch. I don't quite know how they work, but I'm a member of like 2 of them, and I don't even know what they do. I think basically they're kind of designed to promote other smaller artists, and so we're all kind of, help make each other be more discoverable and stuff. But the truth is, even though I've joined 2 groups, the only reason I joined is because the people in charge of each of these groups hounded me about it for ages. And they eventually said something along the lines of, okay, well, if you join, you don't have to do anything. And that's it. And I was like, okay, well, if I don't have to do anything, I'll give it a click. And then one of them's just like, well, maybe you should raid somebody from our other groups to help promote it. And I was like, you're telling me to do something, and I'm pretty sure that you said I don't have to do anything, so I'm going to raid whoever I want. By the way, raiding's a term for Twitch. I won't bother explaining it. And the other person was just like, well, maybe we'll interview you. And I was just like, I'm like slowly sidestepping that offer every time. I'm just like, yeah, maybe one day, which is my way of saying, no, thank you very much. Akioni A says, it would be great to see you draw Sakurajima Mai from Bunny Girl Senpai. Cheesy title, I know, but trust me, it's a good anime. Ooh, okay, in a bunny outfit if possible. Really? Wouldn't have seen that coming. Let me Control C. Add that in. Maybe. And Walpole V Everywhere says, hey Mikey, hello Walpole. Have you considered doing Gripes segment, aka Plague of Gripes? No, dude, I've never heard of that in my life. Again, I'm going to pop that into Notepad file. It's only because we're coming a little bit more towards the end of the episode that I'm not going to look it up on Google right now, but I've added it for a later investigation. Justine Cruz says, I've never realised how satisfying it is to hear my name and comments in your videos. Oh, now that's twice in a row. Makes me so damn happy. By the way, your art is OK symbol, Raving Satan symbol, thumbs up symbol. Thank you very much. I'll take all of that. Gaming Typhlosion says, oh, I like your name. I love fire types and I'm also a furry, but come on guys, did we really have to make porn of Score Bunny this fast? The answer is, well, I didn't make porn, and the answer is also yes. Sweet Diablo says, for me it's a yay and a nay. I like the furry version a lot, but I also like to see the female human version. Oh, the Gajinka. Yeah, because we Gajinkered Sobble, but furried Score Bunny. What am I going to do for Tree Monkey? What's his name? Monkey Dom? I don't know. Maybe we'll just do a normal human being character, but doing a cosplay. Ooh, that could be an option. I think Jessica Nagiri did a cosplay maybe for it, so I could try to take a look at that as inspiration. Lieutenant Josh says, hey Mikey, hello Lieutenant. I've been watching your content for a while, and I've only just found out how good this series is. Oh my. Well, come on in. I mean, it's not good, but it's a long rambling thing if you like that sort of stuff. I love painting and drawing with you and your tea in the background, so keep the art up. Oh, thank you very much. That's kind of my hidden agenda, right? We've got an hour together. Hopefully you guys are getting some artwork or stuff done. And of course, I'm always trying to push tea on people. If I'm not trying to get people into art, I'm trying to get people into tea. My 2 addictions, I have to like force it onto you guys and make it your addictions as well. And that way I don't feel like such a bad person. Cortez number 2 says, video titles that I never thought I would see in my sub box. Yeah. Dude, I'm so sorry if you've just been coming along for the normal human tutorials. I'm sorry to infect your feed with such things. And Rick the Division Grandpa says, doggone it, missed you, Mike. Oh, glad you are back on. Well, thank you so much, Grandpa. I will continue to watch out for your videos as they are valuable to me, a beginner at the age of 62. Thank you. Dude, a beginner at 62. You fucking rock on, good sir. I fucking love to hear that. And 88 Sermi says, furry in the title, obligatory in hell space is placed for peoples like you. I think I get what you're saying, Ad. To Satan we come. Although, to be fair, your icon is the chaos symbol from Warhammer, so I think you're already on the wrong side of right. Demi Viral says the Jim Sterling that people keep bringing up is probably the fairly popular video game journalist and pundit. Yeah. I only just worked that out between last episode and this one. He does a YouTube series called The Jimquisition. Yeah, that is the one indeed. And ever heard of a catfish? Catty fishy. Catfish is where you think you're talking to one girl on Instagram or a dating website and it turns out to be a bloke or a different girl altogether. Isn't that right? And although that just seems like such a short-sighted lie, because eventually someone's going to want to meet up with someone and it's never going to happen. But hey, horses for courses. Weird. Joan Foxy Vild says, that is a sexy furry Score Bunny with lots of bunny emotes. Thank you so much. How do you guys get emotes in your chat? I don't have an option for doing emotes when I'm typing. Is it if you put stuff in? Sorry, I'm slowly getting my head around it. Do you guys listen to some of this on your phone maybe and then answer in the comments? Because I know my mobile phone has emotes in the keyboard, but I don't know how to do emotes when I'm sitting here by my computer. Anyway, I'm just old and I can't catch up. All for Sloth said, since I'm a degenerate, I vote yay. Thank you, good sir. And Pixelmin, the Pixelmin Gamer, says, hey Mikey, well hello there. Hope your day's going well. Not too bad, thank you very much. How's yours? And have you ever drawn Miku from Vocaloid? Also nice furry, but I shan't convert. Hashtag sip of tea, hashtag hardcore true. Yeah, hardcore true. Yeah, no worries, absolutely. I'm not trying to make you all go to hell with me. I just wanted to express why I'm burning in hell, and that's because I'm experimenting in affairs. Chan says you've got mad skills, Mikey. Thank you, Chan. That's kind of you to say, dude. And Aldiano Souza says, hey, Mikey, nice work. Bom trabajo. Ay, muito bom. Yo trabalho para mí. That's it. That's all I've got. And Louis Snipe says, well, I wasn't a furry before. I don't know if I can say that after this video. You're safe. I think you're safe. It wasn't like... Because it wasn't like yiffing. That's right. Wait, is yiffing... Wait. This is a question I never thought I'd have to ask. Is yiffing the one where it's people in real life furries having sex? Again, not judging. Or is yiffing where it's furry porn hentai? I can't remember. Wait, maybe I don't want to know. Maybe I don't want to find out. And Electrostatic4101 says, hey, I love your vids. I'm new and I already love it. You're my favourite YouTuber. Electrostatic, trust me when I say there are some far better YouTubers out there. But thank you so much for that lovely compliment nonetheless. Welcome on board, dude. And Kempachi says, if you're still taking anime recommendations... Oh, always, dude, always. Although I never have the time to actually watch them, but my list grows longer every day. First up is Dororo. I'm watching the 2019 version, and I'm going to also remind you of Mob Psycho, though you do get that one a lot. Yeah, don't worry. I'm all mob psychoed up for my suggestion. Thank you, man. And Mr. Lord Kefka says, not necessarily my favourite moment, but a memorable one. I am not a crook's head. Excellent. That's a great Futurama reference. Yeah, no, I love everything with Nixon's head is absolutely... Fucking... It makes me so happy. Oh, fuck. Yeah, the Nixon stuff. The Nixon stuff of sorry, I got a little tangent there. The Nixon stuff of Futurama is so fucking good. What's the name? I've forgotten the name of his, because he's got a robot body. It's like a monster. It's got. What's the name of his body that carries his head around? Oh, you fool! Over here. There you go. Strange Dude says, yay or nay? I say 9! Okay, Strange Dude, not a fan of the furries. Dank Lulu says, must resist the gif. And Bum Fompadick. So I'm still thinking about Nixon. Your name's also great, dude. I've got myself a cup of tea and I love your art. Thank you very much, good sir. Chaos T says, hey Mikey, what's your idea on writing... what's your idea on writing your drawings out before? Or should someone just draw it out? What do you think on creating story on art? Chaos T, I think some of the best art pieces... imply a narrative. The best artwork captures a moment in like a narrative that may not even exist, but you can clearly see that something has happened and like you're in the middle of it. I don't know how to go into further details without giving you examples, but we're running out of time. So I think that's great. I think the idea of trying to capture a moment in a story is fantastic. I think reading books and getting inspired by a narrative that you then want to convert into your own interpretation visually of how it looks is an absolute fun way to do things as well. So yeah, it's all a very good idea. If you have the time for it, narratively thinking about your artwork as well as just wanting to draw some awesome artwork is a great thing to do to kind of expand the possibilities of what you can get yourself up to. But that being said, sometimes you just want to sit down and draw, right, and just see what happens out of the drawing. That's a completely different way to do it, where the artwork becomes a little bit more organic and it kind of guides your process much more than you guide it. So you've got loads of options, and this is like I'll try not to go on another I Love Art wank session, but this is what's so fucking good for it. It's not just that there's loads of different art styles out there that you can engage with, which is amazing, like it's borderline endless. There's so many art methods, not only to the mediums, the textures you use, but the thinking behind the art piece or the art project and what inspires it to get done, or does it inspire you to get done. The big options. There's so many options that the way you can kind of approach artwork and what it means for you. But you make a very good question, or you make a very good point out of that question, Chaos T, absolutely. AJ's Drawing Studio says, excellent work as always, sir. Oh, thank you. Myself personally, I'm working on a 12-style challenge. I'm hoping to give the respective artists justice. Oh, very cool, dude. I've heard of those. And Rick the Division Grandpa says, in my opinion, YouTube is wrong. Art is inspired and cannot be on demand. Oh, Grandpa's back with another comment. And yeah, well, and again, this is a thing. I'm not complaining about the algorithm. I'm just very aware of how the algorithm doesn't necessarily promote me big time. And it does in a very basic sense. If you look at one of my tutorials, you might see another of my tutorials in the future. I'm not talking about that. I just mean in terms of the higher end way that it kind of pushes different video content. You're absolutely right. At least for me, art on demand is not how I personally work. That would just make me hate what I love. But again, I'm not complaining about it, and hats off and much kudos to those artists out there that do YouTube the smart way and do these shorter videos and do challenges. I'm not against any of it. I'm not against doing challenges. I'm just not particularly in the mood to do them. I want to do what I do. But yeah, I'm not, how to put it, I'm not bitching because I know what the answer is. Wait, does that make sense? Like, if you know what the answer to your problem is, you should be doing the answer instead of bitching about it. But because I'm choosing not to do the answer on purpose, then I really shouldn't bitch about it at all. But I am very aware of it, and I do like to talk about it from time to time. Maybe that is just bitching. I really can't tell anymore. Dope K Artist, Addiction of Art, says, I've subscribed to the 2 channels mentioned for being eligible to participate in the tablet giveaway. So is there anything else that I need to do? No. Dope. The competition was as simple as that, because this is running again, because the last winner didn't get in touch with me, so I was like, I'm going to relaunch this giveaway. And the last giveaway, I can't remember. It's a bit more one of those ones like, you know, comment on my Instagram or retweet my Twitter tweets and stuff like that, which is a bit more traditionally how competitions are, because those ones encourage growth. But this one I just thought, look, just click this button and click that button. That is it. I'm going to look at my subs list for both channels, make sure somebody picked at random is from both of them, and, you know, just crack on from there. Leon Abacino says, you wouldn't believe how much this drawing reminds me of every single Judy Hopps fan art. Yeah, it's got a very Judy Hopps vibe about it. I was getting that a lot when we were doing the live stream as well, good sir. And Cybersecond says, I love the art. It's very nice for a furry. Nice rant on getting better with art. Hardcore crew, it's sip time. Sip time indeed. Bear with. Okay. And Caesar Thumbnail, you spelt yay wrong on the second part, bud, but nay ain't an answer in this situation. Oh, I see, Zen. If it was yay all the way down the road for you, thank you so much. And have we got time for another comment? I'm just doing a big scroll down. Scott Sterling, yeah! Poopy Butthole Games knows who I was talking about. Yeah, I love Scott Sterling videos. There's only 2 of them, I think, but I think they're fantastic. Looks really cool, definitely a yay. Thank you very much, Brett. Speaking of reading books and then watching a film, I have the same feeling when I read a manga. I can't watch an anime adaptation of that manga. It just ruins the entire enjoyment of what I already know. Pillow Feathers, it's tough. It is tough, Pillow Feathers. I watched the original version of Hunter x Hunter before I read the manga, and I went back and I started the manga from the start, which I realised, oh, this is way better. But what I tend to do is get into an anime maybe, and then, well, I used to do this back in the day, I should say, watch the anime up to the most recent episode, and then not be satisfied. So then I'd switch straight over to the manga and keep going from there. And if it was good enough, I'd actually go back to the beginning of the manga and start my way back up. I remember with Bleach I watched so far into the Bleach anime and then I just stopped even bothering trying to catch it or download it. I kind of lost interest visually, and this is probably because the Aizen arc finished. So I was like, okay, sod it, and then I just went into the manga and kept reading, and it turns out it wasn't worth it. If you guys want to get into Bleach, and I was explaining this to another incredible artist called Pokuri Mio, to be fair, I think we all were in her chat on a live stream. If you don't know who Poku is, check her out, she's great. And in that, she was talking about getting into Bleach. She'd never given it a go, and I was basically saying, dude, this is, because she was like, I don't want to read a manga halfway through and then stop, especially when everything's built up. I like the closure. And I was basically saying, no, Bleach is rather unique in that everything does wrap up. You have closure right up to the end of the Aizen arc, where Ichigo fights Aizen himself and all the fucking post-Chrysalis butterfly shit happens. And the reason why Bleach is then a sack of shit afterwards with the Fullbring arc is because basically it tries to absolutely undo. Did I mention this last episode? I feel like I've bitched a lot about Fullbring because I'm so happy with Hunter x Hunter and Gon not being in it in a weirdly pro way. It tries to undo all the magic it did and rewrite its own kind of world to make it kind of okay for Ichigo to still be in it. So anyone who's not read Bleach, I strongly recommend it. Right up to the end of the Hueco Mungo Battle of Kamakura Town fight between Ichigo and Aizen. And never read a single bit beyond that because it's not worth your time. Sure, the very, very late stuff involving the Huda guys with the bows and arrows for Quincy Archers is kind of interesting. Yuha back basically just reminds me of the Captain Pirate that starts off the entire rush for One Piece at the beginning of One Piece. Red Roger, Gold Roger. But really, wrap it up at the end of Aizen. If you're reading into the Fullbring arc, you are wasting your life, in my opinion. I had never had such a strong 180 on agreeing about a manga or loving what's going on. And Orklord Babok says, I'm okay with this. Infinite Lifeline says, yay. Jennifer Treyada says, do tutorials on furry. Well, you're the third person who's come up with that idea, so maybe we'll have to look on that in the future. Man, this is new, so there are a few of you guys. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for all of your bloody lovely comments. I think we're kind of wrapping up, so allow me just to stop and say an extra great big shout out to those delicious patrons on Patreon. Including Mecha Shogun, Ryder2KX, Michael P, Carlos R, Breton F, Simbasi K, Fabio, Andrew E, Hamongchi L, Zenov6, Jamie, Zahaki, and Matthew A. As you guys have probably noticed, you've been taking your heads up from your own artwork to look at the screen from time to time. You've got a whole list of names scrolling on the monitor. These are all the fantastic people who help support what we do over here on the channel. I say we, it's just me editing video footage and drawing pictures, but I bloody love you guys for all of that. Also, that's where you can get access to the tutorials, worksheets, and all the bits together. Yes, I am still behind, but yes, we are of course always on that catch up, so much love to each and every one of you. Remember guys, my vague questione was, wait, what was it? Oh yeah, what video game really keeps you in for that grind? You had to keep coming back for more. And of course, if you are listening to this, you are the resistance. I'll see you next week, and take care.